Good evening, Textron Havoc owners. I've been having a lot of issues with my battery, as in the fact that it doesn't have enough power to maintain whatever's the constant draw on the thing when it sits for a week or two. And especially, I usually don't keep it in the garage here. I keep it out in a shed, and the shed's not heated. And, the other morning it was 15 below. And I had it in there one night and I didn't have it on the maintainer, and it still wouldn't start the next day. So I got pretty sick of that whole setup. And then the final straw was as I was out plowing, and when I would retract the winch to lift the plow, the machine would kill because the battery didn't have enough juice to keep the unit running. So there's a stock battery. It's pretty small. It's like 9 by 7 by 7. There are no markings on this thing. I don't know how many amps it is. I don't know anything about it. I know it's 12 volts. That's what I know. So anyways, I got it on a charger right now because it was low as usual. But so what I did is I decided to go to a dual battery setup instead of spending a bunch of money on an Optima battery. I took stock battery out. It was right there, and that was a bugger getting the stock mounting bracket out. I ended up taking a 1/2-inch wrench and heating it up and putting a bend in it so I could get to the nuts on the bottom side of it without taking the skid plate off. So at any rate, mounted the new battery there. I put the second one right next to it over there, and I had some stock aluminum laying around, so I just made a new cross brace that spanned the frame all the way down. Sorry about my fat hand there. And then I went to Fleet Farm, picked up some mounting brackets for boat, and I just adhered them to I screwed them into the aluminum and the frame, and I use that for mounting, and they're solid. They ain't going anywhere. Wired those up in parallel, and I didn't use an isolator. I used an actual plow solenoid, just mostly because I had one. And this battery here is sitting in the spot. The stock one will maintain this unit when it sits and it's not being used, and it'll whatever the computer needs to draw. And then I figure I wired that plow solenoid to key power, so when I turn the key on, it brings in the second battery and puts them in parallel to assist in starting. And then when the unit's running, the alternator should charge both batteries back up. And then when I shut it off, this one will be fully charged. This one over here will be fully charged, and then that can assist that one in starting, and then when it's running, it can assist. So there's that solenoid. When I turn the key on, you can hear it. Kicks in, and all the batteries are in parallel. So I got two 850 amp co-cranking amp, so that's 850 amps at 0 degrees in there, and I just grounded that to the frame there, and then I came up and I grabbed key power off of my terminal strip that I put here. There's key power down there that you could try and tie into if you wanted to, but without cutting and splicing wires, there's no way to tap into it. There's fuses and relays and stuff in there, and I didn't really want to monkey with all that. I just left it all stock. So, at any rate, there's my whole setup. I'm going to go out and plow right now. Got a bunch of wind and snow. I'm going to go see how it works, and then it's supposed to be minus 21 tonight, so I'm going to leave it in the shed tonight, go out and try it in the morning, and I'll let you know how it goes. But, the thing it used to bog down when it started every time, even when it's warm. It's 55 degrees in my garage here. And now when I hit the key, I haven't let the fuel pump prime up. Oh, gotta hit the brake. Stupid brake. It pops right off. There's no hold. There's no dip like it used to. It used to start, then the RPMs would go way down, then the RPMs would come back up, and it would kind of do that for a while until it got warm. And now it just fires right off and stays running. So anyways, I hope this helped. If anybody was thinking about doing the same thing, and I'll comment on this post if I have issues with it, but hopefully this solves all my starting, running, and stupid battery issues. All right, be safe out there.